Still dealing with the aftershocks of what happened on Sunday night. Sal Paolantonio's appearance yesterday, and Sal was saying that he was embarrassed for what he saw with the Eagles, and a lot of the fans in Philadelphia were outraged. And, you know, he may speak for a section of the Philadelphia fan base, but look, if I'm a Philadelphia fan, my thought would be we kept the Giants from winning the division. Also, we improved our draft pick. I'm okay. You want to give us heat for 24 hours? We'll sit in that cone of silence. We'll take it, and then we'll move on. And that would be my approach if I'm an Eagles fan. Like, you know, it's every year we have these moments where a team sits some players. Somebody has to win. I got to rely on you to win. You know what? What I would do is I would make sure that I didn't have my fate in the hands of another team. That's what I would do. And the Giants, you know, they had to wait. They had to wait and see if the Eagles were going to step up and play the best players. And you know what? It's on them. They won 6 games this year. You're not a good football team, but that didn't stop their head coach, Joe Judge, from saying the following yesterday.
To look at a group of grown men who I ask to give me effort on a day in, day out basis and to empty the tank, and then I can look them in the eye and assure them that I'm always going to do everything I can to put them at a competitive advantage. To disrespect the effort that everyone put forward to make this season a success for the National Football League, to disrespect the game by going out there and not competing for 60 minutes and doing everything you can to help those players win, we will never do that as long as I'm the head coach of the New York Giants.
All right. I you know, if he says that privately, I understand it. All the other teams did the same thing that you went through, Joe Judge. They had to go through all the protocols. You know, you had players who probably missed anniversaries or birthdays and Thanksgiving. But you know what? Joe Judge should take inventory of what the Giants had done before. The Giants benched Eli Manning. They benched Kurt Warner when Kurt Warner had a winning record to bring in Eli Manning. Now, who gave you a better chance to win that next game? Kurt Warner did. Or Eli over Daniel Jones. But you can look at this. Take care of your own business. That's really what this is all about. How about you win 8 or 9 games? We don't have this conversation. I mean, it's the NFC East. It's the reason why I picked the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl. I thought, well, they got at least a couple of easy wins here, and somebody has to win the division. But Washington won it. They don't have to apologize for winning it. But, you know, this sanctimonious, oh, my God, the shield, the integrity. Okay, I get it. I mean, this is who Joe Judge is. Like, he's right out of a movie script. If you say, hey, we need a coach who says corny things, but he really believes it, he's your guy. I mean, his last name's Judge. He's judge and jury. Like, okay, I'm fine with it. That's who you are. That's what you believe in. But you can't be worried about somebody else. How about you have a quarterback who can run 80 yards and not fall down? Oh, the Eagles needed to help us. Okay, I get it. And Doug Peterson, it was a must-lie situation. Did he really want to see what he had? Did he really want to see? He doesn't even know what he has with Jalen Hurts yet. Because they shouldn't know what they have with Jalen Hurts. He's a 50% passer. I don't know if he's a starting quarterback. I know he gave them a lift. I know that it was fun to watch him. But I don't know if you go, what, we've seen enough of Jalen Hurts. I would have played Jalen Hurts the whole game. I don't need to see Nate Sudfeld. You got a quarterback situation already. You don't need to add to the quarterbacking situation. If you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 quarterback. So Joe Judge, you can say all of those things, say it privately, because what happens if the Giants go 12-4 and they have a meaningless game at the end of the year? Now, what's Joe going to do? Are you going to rest Saquon Barkley? going to rest Daniel Jones? I mean, these things are always short-sighted because we've seen, time and time again, and we're adding another game to the schedule, another potential meaningless game. It's going to happen more, not less. Do I have a problem with what the Eagles were doing? Yes. If you want to play Nate Sudfeld, start him. It's just you're down 3, you don't go for the game-tying field goal, and all of a sudden Jalen Hurts, who is surprised on the bench, he's not injured. I think everybody goes, wait, did Jalen Hurts get hurt? Wait, what happened? And then all of a sudden, that's when Doug Peterson, did he go, I got to wait and put Nate in when, it's a really dramatic moment there. I want to test him here. You want to start him? Start him. I'm good with that. But it's a must-lie situation. You kept the Giants from winning the division. Not that Doug Peterson cares about that, but if I'm an Eagles fan, only speaking, if I was a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I would approach this and go, all right, ugly year. Let's get out of here. Giants didn't win the division. We bump up 3 spots, in the draft order. All right, let's go in the offseason and kind of figure out what the hell we're doing here. But, you wait until the end of the game or late in the game and you put in your third-string quarterback because now is when he's earned that right to go in there. Did he either earn the right to start the game because you want to see what you have? How about you see how he prepares? If you're going to have him start the game, then you see how let him prepare for the game as he would if he were a starter. Not, hey, we're going to bring you in from the bullpen. I mean, this isn't Rivera and the Yankees where you go, yep, enter Sandman, enter Sudfeld. No. What do you want, McLovin?
Well, would you have ripped the Eagles if before the game Peterson had said, I'm going to play Nate Sudfeld in the fourth quarter? Which obviously he did. And Doug Peterson cannot come off a plan. I've watched him coach a million games. Once he has a plan, it's happening. So he said, coming in the game, I'm going to play Sudfeld in the fourth quarter. I got to figure out what's going on here because next year I may have to sign a high-priced backup to Jalen Hurts. So nobody would have ripped him. Said, it's an exhibition game. Who cares? They already benched everybody. Nobody was playing that game except for Ertz.
But McLovin, he didn't have a plan.
Yeah, he said he had a plan. He didn't admit it, but his plan was clearly, I'm going to play Nate Sudfeld in the fourth quarter.
No, admit your plan. If it's a meaningless game, then who cares what your plan is if you announce it?
He probably should have, yeah.
Why is it the players did not know? Why is it some of the players on the defense?
Why would they know? They're different.
They're
players.
upset. They're upset.
They should be upset. They stole money for 16 games.
Okay.
They were terrible.
That's a completely different conversation.
I don't think so, because I don't think these Eagles players have a right to be upset with anyone except themselves. And same with Joe Judge. I don't know why they're blaming other people. They should be blaming themselves. And that's all they should say after the season. It's my fault.
That was my point. That was my point with the Giants. Just shut up. Go into the offseason. Get right. Figure out if you got a franchise quarterback. Saquon Barkley's health next year. What are you going to do in the draft? Move on. Don't be lamenting the fact that Washington and somehow the integrity of the NFL was at stake there. The Shield, the National Football League. I get it. You won 6 games. Blame yourself. You put your fate in the hands of some other team. And yes, Joe Judge, you had to endure all of those things. We have to endure these things too as citizens. We all compromise. We all sacrifice. People on the front lines, not your football team. We appreciate you playing. But every other team had to go through this as well. I mean, this is one of those where it just spiraled out of control. Once somebody lit the fuse, and then everybody got a chance to get their opinion heard. This was a sports anger moment. And maybe it got to me as well. I've been yelling at the dog for, 2 weeks now. I got to yell at somebody else. Yeah, go outside. Come on. Why aren't you potty trained? Yes,
But have you ever met an NFL coach who could resist a good chance to posture a little bit and be like, I haven't taken a playoff since I was 5 years old, okay, and I'm not going to start now, all right? I mean, and any coach in Joe Judge's position is jumping right at that chance to be like, we ain't soft. We ain't taking days off.
And as I said, this is who Joe Judge is. I don't think he's playing a role. I think that's who he is. It's just, I get it. But the sanctimonious nonsense about this. Did Doug Peterson make a mistake in his approach? Yes, I believe he did. And I think the timing part of this, if you want to play Nate Sudfeld, then play him. If you want to take inventory and find out what you have, then play him. I'm fine with that. But don't tell me, hey, we had all of our starters out there. You did. But then you brought in Nate Sudfeld. Were you trying to win the game? Did he give you the best chance to win the game? And the answer is no. That's all. And I think deep down he knows that. Jalen Hurts gave you a better chance, even as bad as Jalen Hurts was playing. And he wasn't playing well. But I don't think that Doug Peterson was being honest here. I don't think he was being, and I don't think he could have been. But it's just this outpouring. And look, I didn't know Sal Paolantonio was being serious yesterday. Because at one point I started laughing, and I just wasn't sure. Here's what Sal had to say yesterday.
If I'm the NFL, if I'm Roger Goodell, I'm putting on my Kennesaw Mountain Landis pants on right now.
Uh-oh.
And I'm doing a forensic investigation of what went down.
You're being serious?
Totally.
Yeah, I didn't know. Because the NFL doesn't, they want to prevent this. But what do you say? Hey, we demand that you play your best players. You can't. And the NFL, at agreed, is adding another week of games, and they're going to have even more situations like this. What's the NFL going to do? Hey, stop doing that while we add the potential for more meaningless games. Yeah, Paul.
People are already calling for the NFL to have a draft lottery. Andrew said it the other day. A lot of people are printing it out. And when you add another game, the entire month of December is going to be people jockeying for the first pick. About 4 or 5 teams every year will be pulling what the Jaguars did by benching people.